Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call Liberty Law at 877-42-LIBERTY. Advocates you need, trial attorneys you can trust. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Confidence on the field begins with confidence in your fit. And nobody fits the polar bear like Gary Michaels. From off the rack to custom made to measure, the Gary Michaels team can tackle any hard-to-fit man and make him feel like a champion. For style, affordability, and the finest clothes from here to Italy, it's gotta be Gary Michaels. Take it from the polar bear. Get your best look today at Gary Michaels.
Gary Michaels Clothiers, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com. It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today. Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry.
This deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself.
sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, welcome to this terrific but very, very chilly Tuesday here in the capital city. Heck, it was colder when, Jake, you got in this morning about, 5:30 this morning?
I'd say about 5:30 today, yep.
It had to be colder.
It was not warm. It's coat season, as you know.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's late
coat
November. It's acceptable. If it's October, I don't like wearing a coat yet, but I'm fine with that in November.
Dude, I will rock a coat in September. I do not care.
Yeah, it's the premise of that. It's like, no, I want this to, I like the light jacket. This is inside, but I've got a coat I wear to the studio, so I'm fine with that. It's acceptable. I'll need to have a very warm coat in Green Bay Thursday and a warm coat in Iowa City also, but also might be just a bunch of layers. Coveralls probably. Definitely need the hand warmers in the hands and the feet. So it'll be a full operation here. Staying warm.
Yes, you will. Folks, we got Jake holding it down on the ones and twos until Rico gets here. Of course, Nick is out doing state championship football. I want to give a shout out to Nick and Chancellor and Jay Foreman. They did a great job calling those 3 games yesterday, and they got 3 more today as well. Like Class B game tonight, I think it's Scott in Bennington.
Here's your schedule today.
Yeah.
We got 3 games today at 10:15 in Class C2. It's Norfolk Catholic, the 1 seed, against number 2 seed Bishop Newman at 10:15 Class C2. Nick's on the call for that with Chancellor. I think Chancellor today with him.
I think so.
Class C1 at 2:45, number 3 Wahoo versus number 5 Central City. And at 7:15, Class B, number 1 Bennington versus number 3 Omaha Scott.
That's going to be those will be some
schedule of games today on the ticket.
Those will be some games. You know what, folks? We got Raff and AG dialing in here very soon. If you're an Outlook person, if you lose Outlook for your email messenger, for your email or Microsoft Teams, I was pissed yesterday afternoon most of the day because it would come on and come off, come on and come off, and I thought it was just me. And I went on to X. And formerly known as Twitter, I seen it was just an outrage across the.
Well, I had the same problem. Again, I rely on
you Outlook
email
as well?
also. Yeah, Outlook, of course. Man. I mean, that's my go-to for emails, and I had a bunch of people I'm trying to get a hold of for, renewal stuff for sales and scripts for ads for the holidays, and I can't get on it's back and forth. Yes. I'm not even sure if they received any stuff.
I have no idea.
It says sent, but was it received? Like I sent Raff and AG the link. Did they receive it? I sent it to them 5 minutes ago.
Well, let me see what these guys.
If it hasn't been received, then that's a problem because it showed that it was sent on Outlook from Ben's account. Tell me it's from Young Ben's account.
If you guys look at Young Ben's account, Raff and Ahman, if you're listening, that's where it came from. And you know what? To all of you guys and girls that are out there that use Outlook, you know what? I posted this yesterday. Next, maybe it's just God's way of saying, yeah, you're done working for the week.
It's Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy some turkey.
But Jake, you like me? I like to work though. I have no problems working. So I was pissed yesterday. I was mad, but I'm like, you know what? What are you going to do about it?
You're wasting time because, again, it's all about I'm on Outlook the majority of the day doing emails. But if I'm spending half the time refreshing and getting back into it and getting nothing done, and that's annoying. That's a waste of a day.
Well, you got Chase B here. Good morning, Chase B. Goes, it messed with the delivery app that Pepsi uses. But thank God I got it done early enough where it didn't affect me. I'm glad you got it done, Chase, because I can't tell you actually how many phone calls I got yesterday afternoon. Hey, did you get my email? Did you get my email? Or just a quick text message. So I don't know. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out. Till we get those guys on though, Jake, and we got a guest coming in. Jeff Essick is going to be in to talk about their new 10-week challenge coming in. We've got some Husker football to Steve Kentucky's Matt Rule had a presser on yesterday, so we'll have some sound bites from that as well. There's also the Class A championship game was last night. Millard South played Omaha Westside last night.
You were there.
Yes, went to that game. Thank God. Darren Boyson, Nebraska Coaches Association, hooked us up with some box passes. So I went up into the boxes and watched.
You weren't cold, then.
Brother. I was not sitting outside to watch that game. Even if my own kids were playing, I would have been like, I'll be in the box.
Dad's
I'm gonna
going
be
to
there.
the box.
I'll be there. But it was cool to see your teammates' sons playing in games. Jay Jackson and Marion Jackson played yesterday. AJ for Millard South, and then Steve Warren, former Nebraska defensive tackle. His son Braylon was starting quarterback for Westside. So that was it was a good game last night, cold game last night. I think it dropped down to about 23, 24 degrees, but it didn't drop to only about 70 degrees in the suite. So I had no complaints as far as that goes. Yeah, I had no complaints.
You're probably almost sweating at some point when there weren't you.
You know, I did have my coat on, but I took, obviously you didn't need it inside, so I took that off and we were good to go. But Jake, here's one thing I want to ask you, man. I was curious. I'm curious about this. This has to do with Thanksgiving. Do you prefer the dark meat or the white meat on the turkey?
I prefer the white meat.
I promise you, I'm not loading you up with anything racial.
Was that a loaded question? I had to pause there to make sure there wasn't a loaded question.
I promise it's not a Dave Chappelle skit.
I think I am white meat, but here's the thing: my wife has been telling me to try to go to the dark meat because it's juicier. You know, the white meat is very dry.
Yeah.
It is dry, but for some reason it tastes better to me.
Okay, let me ask you this, and text line. I'm gonna ask you this as well. Fried turkey or traditional turkey?
Traditional. I don't do fried turkey.
What?
I can't say I've ever had a fried turkey. Probably ever.
Jake, now it's dangerous to do it.
Why is that?
Oh, because you have. You see these folks. If you go online and go to YouTube and watching, it's not funny, but you type in turkey fryer incidents, bro. There's little people who've blown up their houses.
That's not very fun.
No, it's not.
Fun to watch from the outside if you're not involved, but I would want to be a part of that.
Hey, Jay Foreman, you see Jay's on there.
Jake is all white meat per Jay Foreman, the Husker Hall of Famer.
Oh, I love the Texas coming in. Old Dad 34, AD fried all day.
I guess let me say this: I don't know. I don't think I've had a fried turkey. I've never done any of the cooking myself. So maybe I have. I don't recall having a
Jake,
fried turkey before.
It is amazing. My brother-in-law is from Louisiana. Let that sink in for a second.
Yep.
Colonel, God bless him. He's works for the Department of Agriculture, and he basically acquires land down in Florida back for the government. So he's walking around swamps all day. So he keeps.
That's dangerous.
He stays packed. And boots, because he sees snakes, he sees gators, everything. Criminal will see something in the street and be like, hey, boy, I can cook that right there, boy. I can cook that right there, boy. I'm like, yeah, Colonel, but the dude can cook.
But should you, though?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
You could, Colonel, but should you? That's the big question.
Yeah, when when the possum has Michelin on its back because it got ran over by a car, I probably shouldn't eat it, but this dude can cook. We see a lot of the people who have tried fried turkey. It is unknown texter 1763. Good morning. Goes, we have a family member that makes a Cajun turkey that is delicious.
Sounds good. Cajun turkey,
Jake. It is off the chain.
You can get pretty creative. I'm not sure if I've ever had a creative turkey. I think it's pretty much standard my whole lifetime. But I'd like to have a Cajun turkey. Sounds delightful.
It is insane. Eric, good morning. Here goes Eric teasing me, man. His dad coming, AD. Yes, let's take something that is extremely healthy for you and just add all the saturated fat. Well, Eric, here's the deal. I know this week that I'm going to gain a good 8 to 10 pounds. I'm still going to work out.
It's understood and it's embraced and accepted.
Absolutely. I'm going to gain about 8 to 10 pounds, but I will still work out and I'll have it burned off in a few days. But I'm still going to indulge like crazy. Dave from Renew, what's up, DF? He goes, it's eat the white meat and dark meat. Yes, both of it. I like both of them, man.
Yeah, the whole turkey.
I don't have a problem with either one of them.
Hizzlebear says, Jake is so white. All right. Well, wow. I am, I suppose. I'm sorry. Sue me.
Hey, WIB. First of all, I'm proud of you. And I'm gonna read this when Jeff gets here too.
He's here.
Jeff is here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save that until after the break because I want to WIB. I'm proud of you. I definitely want Jeff to see that. We'll read more of these texts when we come back as well. We got a full show for you. We're gonna talk more about food too because I want to talk about favorite sides as well. Your favorite sides. So we'll talk about that as well. But most importantly, we'll talk a lot about sports as well because Matt Rule had his pressure. Matt Rule was actually at the game last night on the sideline in Class A. Raiola was there. A number of other players were supporting, which was cool to see. Folks, it is Terrific Tuesday. It's a cold, chilly Tuesday. We're going to get Raff and AG on the line as well. We got our guest, Jeff Essing, coming in, co-host of Fitness Fanatics as well, him and Nicole on Sunday mornings. We'll be right back, folks. It's The Drive, 93.7 Ticket.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with the Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become healthier, happier, and more fit through our proven combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching. And to celebrate 15 years of success, we're offering an amazing Black Friday sale for all ticket listeners. You will get the Winter 10-Week Challenge for 40% off and get all of December for free. Start your transformation before the new year arrives. And at the end of the 10-Week Challenge, someone's walking away with $1,000. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine, and online at fxblincoln.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit lovb.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. We are thankful for many things this year and every year, and hope that everyone is able to enjoy time with family and friends as we reflect on what we're thankful for. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialist here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care. Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. It is Terrific Tuesday. We have a terrific guest with us this morning. We got my main man, Jeff Essink, co-owner of FXB, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Jeff, good morning, brother.
Morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Jeff is a Iowa native.
Well, no, I was born in Grand Island.
Born in Grand Island. But he's like, whoa.
Yeah, you got to fix that.
Yes. Yeah, born in Grand Island.
Jeff
yes,
is a hot guy through and through.
No.
Yeah, pump your brakes.
No.
Jeff, just tell them to pump their brakes.
Yeah, pump your brakes, Rico.
My bad. Jeff is a cyclone through and through.
Yeah, Jeff was born in Nebraska, but lived in Iowa for a huge chunk of his life. We'll be going out to the Iowa-Nebraska game. Jeff, first of all, tell us when the next 10-week challenge is coming up, man.
So next 10-week challenge starts January 11th. We're doing an awesome Black Friday deal. This is like just an amazing deal. So we're doing 40% off for the 10-week challenge, which starts January 11th. But you also get the entire month of December for free. So you can start immediately. Like we want to do this deal because we don't want people to gain 10 pounds in the month of December.
Oh, I'm going to, Jeff.
Well,
I'm just going to keep it real, dog. I know, I'm not saying through that whole month, but I know I'm going to gain about at least 8 in the next
work
4
out,
days.
bro. Work out.
What about gain? What about gain and lose?
AG, I'm gonna still work out.
Gaining and losing is fine.
I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm going to gain it, but I'm losing. I'm going to still work out. I don't care what time of year it is. I'm always going to work out.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up and I'll drop it back off again.
We want to break the New Year's resolution mold, right? I can't start till January because AD, as soon as the clock strikes midnight on January 1st, our minds just instantly transformed, right?
Heck no.
100%. Magic.
No. Yeah, fact.
So we want to break that and get you started early.
You know what, Jeff? You think about that mindset, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not knocking anybody else. I'm just simply saying, I know for a fact, me and AG, workout is not an option. It's a lifestyle.
Non-negotiable, right?
It's a non-negotiable. Yeah. AG, let me ask you, I'm going to throw the question at you to throw to Jeff. What would you say, AG, to those folks that want to wait until January or think that, you know what, it's been so long, I don't know if I want to get started, or, oh man, I don't want to look foolish. What would you say against the excuse that people use, other than a medical, to where they literally medical could do it, which I get that.
Sure.
But if they're physically able, AG, what would be your words of advice to those that are on the fence about it?
I tell people that when you put something out there, you can't quit. And then don't go ham. Like, don't put this big extravagant goal in front of yourself because you're going to deter that. You're going to get anxious, nervous, like, oh my God, I don't know if I could do 10 pounds in a month or what. Go little bit by little bit. Start small. I always tell anybody that I give advice to, I say start small. Once you get to that goal with what you just did for the small workouts, if it was twice a week, start twice a week. Start once a week. Go as small as possible, but go enough where you're going to feel change.
Right.
Because, if you go so small, then you're not going to feel change. But if you go enough and then do that, then repeat it. And then after a month, then add another day to the week. So if you start with 2, then go with 3. Eventually, after 2 months, you know what? After 2 months, if you consistently been working out twice a week, doing these modalities and training methods that somebody taught you or I've showed you, then crank it up, pick up one more day. And then what I advise for the nutrition side of it, just up your water, down your sugar, because that right there would drop off 5 pounds in a 2-week period. I've had that recipe for all my friends and family that reached out, and everybody says in 2 weeks they've lost at least 5 pounds, if not more. But I'll say to alleviate the New Year's resolution excuses of not going through and executing it, start small. Because then you're setting yourself up for success and not failure.
Right.
Jeff, what are some of the special you have going on for Black Friday?
So the 10-week challenge is normally $449. So you can actually enroll for the 10-week challenge. It's $269 for the 10-week challenge, and you get all December for free. Right. So you're not jumping into the deep end like AG was saying. You don't come out guns blazing. It's like, if I haven't ran for a year, I'm going to go out and run a marathon today. Right. Nobody's going to do that.
Or even 2 miles.
Or
as
even
far as that goes,
right, even 2 miles. Yes. So you can take the next 6 weeks before the challenge starts to create better, healthy habits.
Get your body acclimated.
Yes.
Jeff, here's some praise for you right here, man. WIB. Proud of you, first of all. He goes, big ups and huge thanks to AD for the opportunity at 10-week challenge. Although the results were not what I wanted them, but showed up every day and gave it my all each day. WIB, it may not be the results you wanted, but you got some results. You made a change.
Absolutely.
You made the commitment to be there. And it comes also says Jeff and Nicole and their entire crew was beyond fantastic. Unlike the Huskers for the last few years, they have a culture that just showers encouragement and challenges you to push yourself every day. It was an experience, and I'm so thankful for being able to complete. Again, huge thank you to all, and happy holiday season. WIB, congrats to you. There's WIB, I'm going to tell you this. Probably 80% of the workouts I do, I don't get the results that I want. And what I mean by that, when I go to the gym, sometimes somebody's on a machine that I want. I'm like, dang it, I got to alter it and change it. Or sometimes I'm just not feeling it that day. But a bad workout is better than no workout. A bad showing up to the gym is better than not showing up at all. So, brother, you know what? That's the beauty of life. We're always chasing something as far as the results go. Jeff, tell us a story of someone, you don't have to mention their name or anything like that, but is there a person, a 10-weeker that sticks out to you that he or she just showed you some resolve and just kind of like, you know what? That's what it's all about.
Well, I mean, kind of the more cool results for me is not really weight loss, but more of, I went to the doctor and got my blood work done, and now I get off blood pressure medication.
Wow.
Like those are
That's
the great stories.
Yeah.
Those the non-scale victories, right?
I like that.
So those are stuff that we really like. Or, I was able to do such and such with my kids. I have more energy for my kids and those types of things. So that's really what it's all about.
AG and Rico and Jeff, there's a commercial that's been on TV the past couple of years. It's this older gentleman. He keeps going out to his garage. Rico, you don't talk about.
I know exactly what I love
Jeff,
that commercial.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He keeps lifting this like a weight, isn't it? It's like a brick.
Isn't it a kettlebell?
A kettlebell.
Or does he switch to a kettlebell at some point?
Yeah, he's picking up from like a desktop and he's raising it up in the air. So it's a smaller weight, and then he increased the weight. Now this gentleman is up there in age.
Yeah.
And it over and over. It shows you a couple of weeks, maybe past, maybe a few months, and then he's lifting a heavier amount of weight over his head, just from this desktop up high above his head. Gets up to Christmas time. His family walks in. I'm assuming it's his granddaughter. He lifts her up to put the star on top of the tree. So he was just working out just for that minute. So he's talking about results. He saw results. He was doing non-scale results.
Non-scale victory.
Non-scale victory.
Yeah.
So that commercial inspires me every time I think about that. It's just those little things that add up to be a lot after a while.
Yep. It's putting deposits into your body, right?
Oh man, you dropping some gems, man. I like that.
Putting deposits into your body so your future self will thank you. It's like if we want to retire when we're 65 and have all this money. Well, if you don't have a plan, if you're not actually saving money, you're not going to retire.
Right. Right.
So if your goal is you want to be able to do stuff with your kids and grandkids, but you're not actively investing into yourself, you're not going to get that return on investment.
I love it. Jeff, what are the we got one more question for you, and then I'm going to go back to the question you had for us.
Yes.
If people tell us the deals that are going on your Black Friday.
So a couple ways you can get a hold of us. One, you can go onto the Ticket FM's website. We have a banner right there you can click on to enroll. Number two, you can go to fxblincoln.com and sign up for more information. Or number three, you can text me directly at 402-310-4026 if you have any questions.
Jeff, last time I took care of two people. This time I'm taking care of one going in the holiday season. I got my own family too.
Dad, where's our Christmas presents? Oh, they're not here.
They're at Farrell's.
Yeah. I was helping somebody else. You know what Christmas is all about.
The first person that texts in with "I'm in," I will take care of your 10-week challenge. If the first person, it's like my same parameters, Jeff. Tell them what my parameters are if I pay for it.
You can't quit.
You cannot quit. That's my only parameter. You cannot quit. If you miss a few days, I get that. Life happens. I'm talking about a few, not weeks. You cannot quit. So the first person that texts in that says, "I'm in," I will get your information to Jeff, and it's on me. The only parameter is you cannot quit. So if you've been thinking about it and if money's been an issue, heck, I get it. I've been there. Believe me, I get it. But if you want to be in, just the first person that texts in and says, "I'm in," okay, we got one. I'm not even going to, we got two. You know what? I'm going to take care of those two, and that's it. I'm going to take care of those two.
I knew you'd do it.
Yeah, I'm going to take care of those two. That two I'm not going to mention your name. I'll give you information to Jeff. But
I'll
those
get
two,
the information right now.
Yep, thank you.
And you know what, AD? Like, we even have a payment plan set up that you can make 4 payments of like $60.
Praise God.
To start,
Jeff.
right?
Yes.
You don't have to do it all up front, right?
Like
you can get started for, I think it's like $62 or whatever that is divided by 4.
And repeat again by them starting now. If they check in now, they sign up now, they have December free, right?
Yeah. Basically, you can start on Monday, December 2nd, and work out for free all the way up until the 10-week challenge begins. So it's basically 6 weeks for free.
I love it.
And again, just to start developing habits, start to dabble in your nutrition.
They're going to get a week and a half a challenge for free, basically.
Right.
Good habits.
Yes, good habits. Yes.
Yeah.
Folks, we got you covered. Again, Jeff, tell me your gym locations too.
So we have 2 locations. One is at South 40th and Yankee Hill, which is the one that AD goes to. The other one is North 70th and Vine in the Meadow Lane Shopping Center. And we also do it virtually too. We have members all over the country. We even have a member in Canada that does our virtual workout. So really anywhere you're at.
Folks, there are literally no excuses if you're serious about this and you join. And the members will tell you, because Jeff, I think that was 2 weeks ago, I called you and say, "What's our login code again?" Because remember, I text you for it for our online portal.
Right.
And it has a cache of classes, a ton of them that you can do. I literally put my band on, went downstairs. I got a bag. Even if you don't have a bag, you can just kick, just punch.
Right.
It's better than doing nothing. I guarantee you, kicking in the air or punching in the air, you're going to burn more calories than sitting on a couch.
Absolutely.
It's undeniable. I logged in, got my quick workout in, and went about my day. Because the reality is this, man. I tell myself as busy as I am, I always say this: I'm busy. The hell you are. Everybody's busy. It's a priority.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you something, Jeff. Jeff will tell you this. AG, when you came back from your injury, AG, obviously the number of injuries you had. When I came back from cancer, I said, I will never again ache and moan about working out, because I know what it feels like. AG know what it feels like not being able to walk.
Right.
I know what it feels like not being able to pee without a freaking bag attached to me on the side with my catheter.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I will never again say, well, I don't have time, because I remember what I didn't have a choice where I couldn't.
Right.
Folks, don't wait until you can't, until you want to.
Don't wait till it's too late.
Don't wait till it's too late. And Jeff and Nicole always say this. I always hear it in my head when I'm working out, when I don't feel like it. Do it because you can. Do it because you can. Jeff, the dates again, real quick, man. I want you to ask us the last question before we get to your last question.
So you have until the end of the week to enroll. You can start on Monday, December 2nd. The 10-week challenge starts January 11th. And you can go to fxblincoln.com, or you can text me directly, 402-310-4026.
I love it. Jeff, ask us, and AG's probably got a good response for this too, him playing in the league.
Okay. So I don't know if this is just a new phenomenon, but it's something that's really been irritating me this NFL season. And I have two examples I want to run by you guys. This is going for a 2-point conversion. Example number one, my kids are huge Ravens fans, right? So we're watching the game last night. Baltimore's up by 1. They score a touchdown to go up by, they get 6 points. Now they're up by 7. Instead of kicking the extra point to go up by 8, which means you guarantee you cannot lose on a touchdown, they go for 2, miss it, they're up 7. That's example 1. And I'm like, what are you doing? Example 2, my Bears playing the Vikings on Sunday.
He's been pissed the whole year.
Jeez.
They're down. Well, it's just
you were mad with the
No, I'm fine.
So the Bears are down 14. They score a touchdown. Instead of kicking the point to cut it to 7, they go for 2. They miss it. They're down 8, driving me up the wall.
Okay. So in those instances, so I didn't know exactly. So in the Ravens instance, they wanted to make sure that even if, who are they playing?
Chargers.
Even if the Chargers score, they can't win because you go up by 9. So even if they score a touchdown, there's no way they can win.
For time's sake, because the time is going to run out.
Exactly. Whereas if you kick the extra point, they can go for 2. If they get it, then you go to overtime. So that's pretty much trying to guarantee that you don't have to go to overtime, right? And then in the second instance, I'm not really sure why.
Explain the second one again.
So the second one, the Bears were down 14. They score a touchdown. They could have cut it to 7, but they go for 2 and they miss it. And now they're down 8. And I've always been to the guy. It's like, okay, if you're going to go for 2 to win it, go for 2 when you absolutely have to, which would be the final play of the game. Had they scored, then they go for 2 in the win. But it seems like that's just not the case.
They were
anymore.
Just trying to reverse it so that if they scored, when they thought they scored again, that they would just have to kick the extra point and win.
Is this something
so
new?
They wouldn't have to go for 2 to win it.
Like I don't remember all these crazy 2-point scenarios.
It's not new. It's just part of coaching. It's part of coaching because obviously once the 2-point conversion became a part of the game, it now gives you a formula that an assistant has on the sidelines that says in this scenario you should go for 2, in this scenario you should not go for 2. So it's basically that. And so that's where, as fans, we may not understand that, like yourself, but that's the reasoning. That's it. And it's not rocket science. It's just a pen and a pad and mathematics. That's it.
It's not rocket science. It's football.
It's not rocket science. It is not rocket. And I tell people about football all the time, other than the plays, the audibles, defensive adjustments, that's the only science to football. I'll say for football and basketball. Because there's audibles and change-ups, pivots, and all that in basketball too, baseball too. You got your signals and all that. That's the science of the games. Outside of that, we're just playing. We're just drawing it up in the dirt sometimes. I don't know.
I saw sports science. That's the
physical stuff. No, I grew up watching that too. I know what you mean.
The angle at which your pads connect with somebody else.
No.
Put them over. That's pretty scientific.
I agree with you there.
Did you know Ndamukong Suh can hit harder than 25 trains?
Now, Rico, I agree with you there because you're talking about like physics and hitting an object, hitting another object. Yes, okay, that is science. But I'm talking about another science beyond that is in football, in baseball, basketball, soccer, whatever. In every sport. Even in the esport, Call of Duty, Halo, Madden, there's a science to your play design, how you run routes, how you, put a touch on the ball, how you hit a guy the right way where he's going to feel it, or you're going to hit him holding up. hit them to a point where you hold them up and guys could come strip the ball. That's the science, and you teach it. And so that's all I was referring to, Rico.
Yeah.
So,
No,
but I agree with you. I agree with you.
I just wanted to bring up sports science and the fact that Ndamukong Suh can hit harder than 25 trains.
Well, we're going to use that segment.
Okay.
We're going to use that as our history segment. And I got a few things, few texts to read to Jeff before we go to the 9 o'clock hour. But that history segment, we're talking about, sports science.
Yep.
Everyone's heard about testosterone replacement therapy, but how do you know who to trust? Ageless Men's Health is the nation's leader in testosterone weight loss. No upselling, no necessary supplements, just real solutions. With a team of registered nurses and nurse practitioners, they look at your whole health and create a playbook you'll understand. They use their best products, including HCG, to keep your body safe and protect your fertility. This is the best team of the game, and they're earning your trust. Google Ageless Men's Health Lincoln and check out their 175 plus 5-star reviews. Right here, Raff says to you, Jeff, he goes, yes, Jeff, you're right. The analytics are a joke. Crowbait says right here, I work 5 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So I have to wake up at 1 a.m. to work out. But that workout kicks off my whole day. I notice a huge difference the mornings I skip, just sleep in, so it forced me to get up and get out. Crowbait, that is some massive dedication, man.
Absolutely.
And that's how you get it done. And your body is going to thank you for that. Well, it already is.
Yep.
It already is. Those deposits are already thanking you right there. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So I can shout out my neighbors. I got neighbors in my neighborhood down here. They're up at 3-4 a.m. getting it in. I've been with them just to test it out. I'm like, hey, more power to you. I'm not an early bird, but I'll do it once a month.
I'm not going to wake up this early with you every day, but I do it every once in a while.
But I appreciate them, and they got to do it because their day is structured a certain way. I mean, one of my neighbors, I think he has to be at work at 5 a.m. and so he's working out kind of at the same time as the gentleman that just mentioned. So that's I love it. I say, man, you got it. That's the way you got to do it. Got it. As long as you get it in.
Tell AG that what you guys' slogan is, man. When you guys get up in the morning,
3:10.
3:10. They wake up at 3:10 every morning.
Oh yeah.
We have to.
3:10.
Yeah, it is all the way, right?
They get it done. They get it done. Chase B says first alarm went off at 2:40 this morning. 4 stops left for the day. My man Chase B, be safe and get
Chase
in.
B is
he's a baller. He's a gamer.
Wild.
He's a gamer, man. I love that. I love that determination. Because the thing about that, Jeff, and I'll say this before we go to break. And AG and Rico's been taking care of business, man. He's back in the groove again. He's getting it done. He's got the bands at the house.
Working out at home.
Yep. He's
nice. There it is.
I can see that. Yes.
Yeah.
It's baby I gotta work out. I work this out tonight.
It's baby steps. But the reason why I love all that, because one thing that I can't fathom is laziness.
Right.
I don't get that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't comprehend it. I don't get it. You can do 30 minutes. I don't care what it is. Do something to strengthen your body. Because I'll never forget Coach Osborne telling me this. And now that I see him now, AG, it's tough seeing Coach right now. Because it's called life. Time is a thief. Yep. It's a thief. But I remember Coach Osborne, I was over at not Prairie Life, but I was at Madonna when I was lifting weights over there. And Coach, we would talk a little bit while he was doing his runs. He goes, AD, make sure you always lift weights as long as you can. He goes, because after, I think he said 40, the body, you start losing muscle. If you
it does.
Muscle.
Right.
And I remember him. Now, Coach, he's getting older like we all are. He's 85, I think, years old right now, man. But he is still sharp. He's still got his fragility. You know what I'm saying? It's his body, because he lifted those weights. I remember seeing him in there. It wasn't crazy weights. Didn't have to be. Right. But at 70 plus, he was still doing something with his body, lifting. And you see folks that are 20 years his junior can barely move.
Yeah.
Do something. Jeff, I appreciate you. Folks, we're going to get those names. We're going to get those names. We'll get you squared away. The only rule, you cannot quit.
Nope.
You cannot quit. Folks, we'll be
right. I'm going to come visit you.
Yeah, you don't want AG pull up.
Push you through a workout.
It's all good there. It's all good.
Hard pass. Folks, we'll be back. We got some Matt Rule sound bites. We'll hop into that at the 9 o'clock hour. Raff, Rico, and AG will take you from 9:40 on. I have a 10 o'clock. I have to be right on time for that. But man, Rico, thanks for getting those emails sent out. And folks, if you have Outlook, believe me, we get the rage on the outrage. We'll be right back. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Boyk Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Boyk Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoykFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Mulberry Barbecue is Lincoln's leader in great barbecue, but also is a great choice for your Thanksgiving meal. They have packages available for hot meal pickup on Thanksgiving Day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. to take all the cooking stress out of your day. Call the store for details or to schedule a pickup at 402-937-7114 at 11th and Cornhusker Highway. That's 402-937-7114. Mulberry Barbecue.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Midwest Bank invites you to celebrate with us. Join us for our Christmas open house on Friday, December 6th at our 70th and Pioneers or 27th and Jamie Lane locations. We'll have cookies, coffees, and apple cider waiting for you, along with the chance to enter our raffle for some wonderful prizes. Come share the holiday cheer with us. We can't wait to see you there. Happy holidays from Midwest Bank. Learn more at www.midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive at 93.7 The Ticket. It is Tuesday. I've made an appearance. Hello, AD. Hello, AG.
What's up?
What's up, Chief?
How you
What's
doing?
up?
Just living the dream. Living the dream.
How were the flights yesterday, my man?
It was all good. All good until
Nice.
Charlotte. And then we sat out on the runway for 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Still don't know what we're waiting for, but oh well.
You made it.
Yeah, I just want some upfront honesty. Just like, okay, we're on the runway because there's a tire low, or we're on the runway because, but instead we just sat out there for 45 minutes, and it's just like it's a 50-minute flight. So next you know, you're an hour late.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna tell you something honestly. Honestly, don't ever fly again if you want honesty from the airline. I just don't expect to be on time anymore. I just put those cushions in there like you do, and I know AG does the same thing. I don't even expect it. It's unfortunate, but just the way I don't even let it bother me anymore, man. It is what it is. I tell you what else. What it is. Rule talked about that on the presser yesterday. Rico, we got some of those sound bites, my man.
We do have a decent amount of them. What
Absolutely.
would you like?
Choose. What was that first one that's on there?
Are you? No, that one's asking.
Are you not entertained?
Do you want to hear him? Do you want to hear him bragging about Ty Robinson? They were asked if, when they were talking about all Big Ten teams and all that, how he thought Ty Robinson has been doing this season. If he thinks he's all Big Ten performer. So here is Matt Rule on Ty Robinson.
We're one of the better defenses in the Big Ten, right? And we're certainly one of the better run defenses in the Big Ten. And Ty's been dominant. I think he had 6, 7. I don't know how many sacks. 6 sacks. I saw on the board before the game it said he had 6 sacks before the game as I was standing out there looking at so I don't know if he had one in the last game or not. But Ty, Ty's been absolutely dominant, and he should be up for every accolade. He's someone that people should draft really high next year because he's the total package. I mean, he's as good a football player as there is. He's really athletic. He could bulk up. He could slim down. He can play 3 downs in the NFL, which means he should be first team all Big Ten here. He's on his way to going to medical school. When he's done, he's going to be a doctor. And his girlfriend Bryce is twice as cool as he is. I mean, he's the real deal. He's one of the best players I've seen in the Big Ten this year. And I watch all the tape crossover, and there's a lot of great ones. We're getting ready to play against 94 from Iowa. I put him right there, right up there. There's a lot of really good ones. But yeah, Ty's been dominant.
What's your guys' thoughts on that?
First off, that's a big doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, I got some big doctors.
That's a
Ain't
big
nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. As long as they know what they're doing.
That's like Robert Zatica.
Doctor. That's a big doctor.
Big
Yeah,
guest.
I had a big chiropractor out in Seattle. As long as they know what they're doing.
You don't even lay it on the table. We'll just pick you up and crack your back.
I'm just going to put you up there. Here's a few stats for this season. I'm going to ask you both about Ty this year. Here's a few, and granted, it's 6 wins, but to get that gorilla, as Craig, I believe, texted in yesterday, it was a 1,000-pound gorilla off your back. And I like how Rule said this is the last time we're going to celebrate 6 wins. But for these seniors in particular is why this was special. Here's some things they snapped, some streaks. Bowl eligible, first time since 2016. Okay, that was Power 4 worst.
8 years ago.
Yeah, beat Wisconsin, snaps a 0-10 streak. Okay, the Freedom Trophy.
Thank you.
First time ever they're touching that thing. November home wins, first since 2020, 4 years. November home win with fans, first time since 2018 they've done that. So again, those were some of the horrible streaks that this team, that senior class, was able to snap.
Yeah, I can add that on top of the national title wins now that we bust them in the mouth this year.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
When I go back to Wisconsin.
You could say,
so there were 2 questions he was asked about the 6 wins, and there's 2 answers to that. One of them, and I'll let you choose which one. One of them is, are the guys playing more free after getting win 6, and how is the attitude in the locker room? And the other one is, do you sense a hunger in your team now that they got past 6 wins to go get another one? Let's
play both.
Both of them. Which one?
Both.
I'll play the if the guys are playing more free. This one's kind of longer. It's about 250, so we might stop it partway through. But here's Matt Rule on if the team is playing more free and how the attitude is in the locker room and amongst the team after getting that 6th win finally out of the way.
Yeah, Sam said hungry. I didn't say that. I just think I think our guys all. I don't think there's been a game where they weren't like dying to win. I think, this is really hard. This has been hard, right? And it requires really tough people to do the stuff that we've been trying to do to kind of get over that hump, right? And when you lose to Indiana the way we did, then you come back against Ohio State, then you lose to Ohio State, and then you come back against UCLA, then you lose to UCLA, and then I make some changes, then you lose to USC. It's only reasonable that you would either lose your confidence or start to question things, right? Like, well, why are we working so hard if we're not getting the result that we want? And maybe we should be doing this. It's not like I sit there and say to the guys, hey, don't doubt. Trust. It's only you guys asked me if this was big for me. I was like, yeah, this was big for me. This is I know I believe in what we do, but still, it's great to have some representation of, hey, it's working here for us right now. Even though you see it at practice, you like to see it in the game. So I've never doubted their effort, right? In fact, like last week, Dana and I were talking. He was like, sometimes, it's like times you feel like, maybe we're pressing a little bit too much, just trying to do too much. And I thought you saw a group on Saturday that was just pretty relaxed and pretty in the moment offensively. So I know how much the Iowa game means to our guys.
Let's stop right there. Raff and AG. Raff, may I ask you first. When he said we see it in practice, it was nice to see. We want to see it in games. It was nice to see it in games. There were some things, and you saw the no nonsense approach that Coach Holgorsen took with penalties and things of that nature, not blocking. Yeah. Would you imagine that practice is a little different as far as the intensity goes?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think like he had kind of made mention of it there. I think not only were the players starting to question, I think you had a bunch of coaches starting to question. Yeah, we're working hard, but we're not getting any results. So I mean that game was so huge on Saturday to actually score 44 points and get some results and having Coach Holgorsen, finally I guess someone's down there that's taken that direct approach and that no nonsense approach, because sometimes when he talks it makes me wonder what was going on earlier in the year. Well, was there not any directness down there? So I'm glad that we were able to find it for that sixth victory. So I look forward for it to continue to push forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's something where, when you're in that moment where these moments where you're trying to get that victory, I believe it's a lot of anxiety, like nervousness, overthinking sometimes comes into the play of that for the players and along with the coaches too, because you're hitting all the buttons right and it's just not coming out the way you should. The return, you're putting in the work and then the return right now it's not coming back the way it should. And then finally it did this past weekend. And so it's just, I say now is just a part of it where, like I said, just more confidence, having that confidence to keep pushing forward. And maybe the comment he made about, maybe pushing too hard sometimes, that is a thing, because the answer could be right there if you just let off just a little bit and just be the player that you are without going hardcore or not forcing it or whatever, then the results will come, that you want, in your performance. Because I've been in that situation, and any athlete, not even good or bad, but any athlete that has done that has pushed too hard. And when the moment they just, let me let off just a little bit, let me relax and do whatever, take a couple breaths, and then see the game as it was when I was 5, where I was out here having fun. But then we're executing right now. And so when that happened, and that's one thing I say one of my teammates used to do, Brett used to always try to make sure that he kept that huddle loose, because he said, man, I don't like when the huddle gets uptight, because everybody's overthinking, everybody's, on edge, worrying about making a mistake when, hey, this is a sport. Let's go out here and have some fun. Mistakes are going to happen, but then keep plugging away. We'll deal with the mistakes the next day, on film. And when he would say stuff, we had moments like that during the game, and when he would say things like that, then it just made sense. And then you could go out there and be the athlete that you're supposed to be.
Raff, who was that in the Super Bowl, that actor that Joe Montana called out?
Pat Morita. It was John Candy,
right?
Yeah.
I think that might have been a coach, said that to Brett. And then it was Pat Morita during Monday Night Football.
I'm talking about Joe Montana called somebody out. He spotted somebody.
Bill Murray.
It was Bill Murray, right?
It was Bill Murray in the Cincinnati.
It was John Candy.
Or John Candy at the Super Bowl with the Cincinnati Bengals and 49ers.
Yep, correct.
The 88
right
Super Bowl.
Before they went on the drive to touchdown.
To win. That was my first Super Bowl that I watched at a friend's house in California when I was a kid. I remember that Super Bowl.
And I don't know who the guy was who was calling out. I just remember Joe Montana pointing out an actor. And it shows you, AG, to go to your point, though, how they want everybody just to relax. Although they're going down for a huge moment, he still brought everybody back to ease. And as you mentioned, AJ, just like a little kid again, and you need that. Go ahead. Go play that last clip for us real quick.
Last
Rico.
one. You want the last part of that one, or do you want the next clip?
Let's play that next clip, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to say something back on this first clip, too.
The next one is, do you sense a hunger in your team now that they got past 6 wins to go get another win at Iowa?
I sure hope they are. I mean, honestly, Sam, we didn't even have a team. We haven't even had a team meeting since the game. Like, we walked in today and it was 8:00 Iowa special teams. There's just no time for, hey, great job. There's just no time for it, right? Like, so this is such a condensed week versus a really difficult opponent to prepare for that we just jumped right in. I think the thing that you saw, coming out of the game, like a lot of the guys were in the building yesterday, they know that they can do it. It's kind of like they know they're capable of it. So let's continue to do it. That's the expectation now. What was once possible is now, okay, it's not just, hey, it's possible. Now we can do it. So let's do it. And this is an excellent team we're facing. So we have to do it at a high level.
AG, go ahead and make that comment you said you were going to, brother man.
Yeah, so when he was talking about the D tackle, I can't remember the name.
Ty Robinson.
Ty Robinson. I like how he said, hey, he's the best guy out there, between, playing at the next level, playing, being all Big Ten, comparing them to other athletes, because it just shows that work ethic that we talked about. And we talked to him about when he was at Big Ten Media Days and the stuff they put in during the off season, him, Nash, and Nash were talking about, and Isaac was all there talking about what the work they put in and what they got to do to get to the next level. And now you're seeing the results of that, just like we were talking about, Jeff, in terms of working out, right? You put that time in and that return's coming out and that effort, and you see that. And when you got to be a big man and you could play big and small, I don't want him shedding a whole lot of weight once he gets to the next level. But when an NFL coach knows that this player will, go down and play 3 technique, instead of a 5, because guys get selfish. They're like, man, I want to stay at 3 technique. I like this position, and he's able to switch between those positions. I said that'll be value to him once he gets drafted, at the NFL level.
AG, you've been through that process before, and I think that although we left, from a defensive standpoint, and I know this stat here, some are going to look at it a little questionable, particularly what happened in Indiana. But speaking of just Nebraska football at home, I'm throwing UCLA out, Illinois out. The games we lost at home, Nebraska for the first time since 1939, I believe it is. I know it's 1930 something, 1939.
39.
Did not allow a rushing touchdown. I did not realize that. The first time since 1939 did not allow a rushing touchdown. Then we gave up a lot of passing touchdowns.
Yeah. No rushing touchdowns at home.
No rushing touchdowns at the crib is pretty impressive. Obviously, AG and Raff and Rico, Big Ty was a huge part of that. Going in, we can go to his next one.
Another thing too, AD, I was going to say about a letdown is, I hope there's not a letdown, because at the end of the day, you always look at the record, and Nebraska. It's great that they got that monkey off their back to get to a bowl game, but they dropped the next 2 games. I mean, they're an under 500 football team, and usually your record is what you are. So it's like, I hope that there's no let up. That they can continue. End up, being an over 500 football team, because it'd be kind of disappointing to, hey, we celebrate, we got to a bowl game, but hey, we dropped the next 2 games and ended up under 500.
Yeah, that would be anticlimactic for sure to do that and then to drop both. And that's why even after today, I know we're not going to be talking no more about Wisconsin. It's about Iowa.
Yeah, and it's a short week.
They got
to get ready. And you're going against a team that is very, very good on special teams.
Yes,
one of the better, just all around special teams units. It may not be, straight kick return, punt return, stuff like that, but kicking, punting, everything they do special teams wise is sound. And Nebraska for the past few years, and even this year, has struggled on special teams. So Rule was asked yesterday what his feelings about Nebraska's special teams right now are, and here's his answer.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I've really studied Coach Ferentz, and I have so much respect for what he's done. And from the fact, he'll take the ball, a lot of guys will defer, he'll take the ball to have the win in the 4th quarter, and the way that they'll play field position, the way that, they'll punt the ball down. It's very much like when you're in the NFL playing all the, Coach Belichick and all his coaches, because when I was there, you'd play Joe Judge, you'd play those guys. It's really difficult. And they have a great punter. They have an elite returner. They've got great special teams. and it'll be a real challenge. And on a game like this, a Friday night in the cold, those things show up. And that's why they win the close games. They're very comfortable. To me, like it's almost like for them, like the game doesn't even start till the second half begins. It's like they're very comfortable playing in a close game, and they know who they are. I really enjoyed watching that from them. So, Brian's been really punting the ball well. We've been more consistent in terms of catching punts and not letting balls roll down and having us in bad field position. We had some 2 returners out there last week to try to get Jacory loose. So we'll try to have our best plan possible. My only thing to the coaches is like, hey, do whatever you guys want. Just make sure it's something we can execute. Let's not go out there and try to solve the world with a pencil. Let's let our guys go out and execute. And so, whether it's Carter Nelson running down a kickoff and tackle him at the 20, hopefully we can make some plays versus probably the premier special teams unit in the Big Ten.
You guys, he said a lot of things there, but one, he said, and this is probably the most poignant statement, they know who they are. And Iowa definitely knows who they are. And then more importantly, they know who they're not. Kirk Ferentz, people can say what they want about the guy, but I tell you what, he's been consistent. Maybe not the big splashes and things of that nature, playoffs, etc., but Iowa knows who Iowa is, and they've always been strong defensively. They've always been exceptional on special teams. Offense has always want you leaving for more, but because they're so fundamentally sound in the other areas, they've got themselves out of some bad situations over the years, fellas. What do you guys say on that, man?
I think this is a huge game, not only for the Iowa special teams, but this is a huge game, for the Nebraska special teams, not only for the players, but I think for the coaches, because that Iowa's looking at this game saying, okay, where's one of Nebraska's weak spots? And, this year, if you look at it in full, the special teams has been kind of the weak spot for Nebraska football. So you've got to believe that that's where Iowa's going to try taking advantage of Nebraska at. So this is gigantic for Nebraska to show that, hey, we have made we took some steps this season to, put our special teams, as one of the equal with our offense and our defense. So I think this game you might come out of this game in 2 factors, like, hey, we're building something here, or, ooh, maybe it's time we start anew.
Yeah. I agree with Raff there, because when you look at the whole of the game, when you see what we talk about mostly, what talk shows talk about, is mostly offense and defense. It's very rarely, unless it's a record broken on a punt return, like an 80-yard punt return or a kickoff return, that's when we're talking about it. And so sometimes the coaches get lost in not coaching up some a facet of the game that you could take advantage of. You could steal points there by blocking field goals, or making field goals long way. That means having your kicker mentally ready to kick, having whoever the blocker is going to be, and the people and the personnel to make sure they do their job by pulling a tackle a certain way to get that a clear path for the block guy to go try to block a field goal or a punt. So just being detailed and understanding that, and then making the players understand how important this is to have it detailedly done right, to then have a good result come on Friday in the game, or in any game that matter. And so Iowa's done that. So I say we have to be on our toes too. Like I said, agree with Raff in terms of that, making sure you always send in the signals every practice. Hey guys, these guys get good special teamers. They do this, that, and the other. So this is what we got to do to be on the same level as them, to make sure that we don't get caught, with a fake punt, or get one of their guys blocks our punts or field goals. Just make sure we got to execute just as well on special teams as we do on offense and defense.
And it's a great gauge for us too, because I know back, like when I used to coach and stuff, I used to always want my team to play the very best, because then you could gauge to see where you're at. So this is one of those gauging games to see where is our special teams at. You're going against, what's, notoriously one of the top special teams coaches in the country year after year. So this is a great gauge for Nebraska football to see, okay, how's our special teams made the improvements that we've talked about? Are we going to catch the ball? Are we going to make field goals? Are we going to have good snaps? So it's a great gauge game for the Nebraska special teams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As far as defenses goes, Iowa's, like I said, they're just one of those teams that they make you make mistakes a lot of the time, to an exception of their schedule. We'll go over their schedule tomorrow. Just kind of go through that, just kind of team by team what they did on that. But it's a team to where on special teams, what scares me too, you guys, a little bit. Now, Jacory Barney that was kind of a twinkle, if you would, in the eye, to see him get that kickoff return, what he did. But we really haven't had a return game. You guys, let's keep it honest. Punt return nor kickoff return. In Iowa, it's going to be crucial because think about this, you guys. At kickoff at 6:30, Rico, AG, and Raff, it's going to be 18 degrees at kickoff in Iowa City. AG, you've played in games like that, and that ball becomes like a brick, I can imagine, as well. I remember it becomes like a brick. And you think about second half, because Rico, you brought up the second half.
You prepare yourself for that.
It's gonna be single digits. Yeah. How crucial is it going to be for us on the return game though on Friday?
It's easy. It's something like where you basically tell your return man, if you got the ball, catch it. If you don't, let it bounce on punt return, obviously. But obviously kickoff team, same thing. If you're gonna let it bounce one time, and scoop it, get down or pick it up and run. It's real simple. It's not rocket science. So when the ball, because you might have a wind factor too, beyond the temperature. And if that's the case, hey, put on some gloves, have your hand warmers, make sure your hand warmers got the little packets in it. So your little fingers can get warm up and have blood flow there, because then that's one problem. If you have numb hands, you can't feel the ball, then you don't want to have that issue as a player. So that's starts with the coaches, but then for a player, upperclassman, say, like for myself, I already know I got my hand warmers in the bag, so my fingers don't get too cold and rock hard, because then I can't grab the ball, I can't feel the ball. So that's just me starting to become a pro to say, hey, I got to take this among myself. If not, get a reminder by your special team coach or quarterback, everybody that handles the ball. Make sure you got your hand warmers in, because it's going to be a little chilly on a Saturday night out in Iowa. So that's how you prepare for that. It's not rocket science. Just constantly remind them every day, hey, this is going to be, it might be down to zero. Like tell them it might be North Pole weather, and go from there, and then it'll put everybody on notice on the team. So then it won't be a factor, when it comes kickoff, basically.
AG, everything you said is spot on. It's spot on. You've done it. However, though, we have seen the polar opposite. Pun intended. We have seen the polar opposite from our return men when it's 70 degrees outside.
Yep.
Return, fielding the ball at the 3-yard line, trying to get the ball at the 6-yard line. Raff, you mentioned a few weeks ago, if it goes beyond you past the 10, get the hell away from the ball.
Heels on the 10.
Heels on the 10.
You step back, you don't get it.
So that's what concerns me, fellas. We'll talk more about it, but that concerns me. I'll let you guys talk about it. I'm heading out to my appointment, but that's what we'll talk more about this tomorrow. I'll let you guys go on. But AG and Raff and Rico, I am very concerned about our return team on Friday, because Iowa will make you pay for mistakes like that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll make you pay.
Oh, yeah.
So, AG, everything you're saying, I hope it gets through their heads that you absolutely cannot feel the ball sailing over your head at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, no, it's a hard stop, and it's something it's something you have to drive in their head. You do it from day one of this week of practice. Something I had to do when I was specialty coordinator in Wisconsin, and we have later games in November and October start to get chilly. I'll say, hey, the ball goes your head, don't worry about it. I was like, so that I did the thinking for you as a punt returner. So that's it. Don't do nothing else. Hey, I say get on the 10 line. I tell the guys, get on the 10-yard line. If it goes over your head, just watch it go over your head. don't make no effort to try to return it then. So.
Folks, we'll be right back. Rico, Raff, and AG will take you home over here. It's The Drive, 93.7 Ticket.
Mulberry Barbecue is Lincoln's leader in great barbecue, but also is a great choice for your Thanksgiving meal. They have packages available for hot meal pickup on Thanksgiving Day from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. to take all the cooking stress out of your day. Call the store for details or to schedule a pickup at 402-937-7114 at 11th and Cornhusker Highway. That's 402-937-7114. Mulberry Barbecue.
Who wants free diamonds? This holiday season, as a thank you for shopping with us, Sartor Heyman Jewelers is giving you free diamonds. Now through December 6th, receive a pair of sparkling diamond stud earrings, a stunning diamond pendant, or a gorgeous diamond tennis bracelet for free with your qualifying purchase. We only have a limited number to give away, so once they're gone, they're gone. Don't wait on this one. Visit Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where your gift shopping shines brighter. In Lincoln at South Point Mall, downtown, and in Grand Island on State Street.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
Davis Plumbing is a locally owned company specializing in a wide range of plumbing services for both commercial and residential customers. Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and has a team of experienced plumbers ready to help you with any project, big or small. Customer satisfaction and peace of mind is their number one priority. So for any commercial or residential project, give Davis Plumbing a call today at 402-525-6922. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
With a wide variety of menu options, including the best prime and Wagyu steaks in Lincoln, if you haven't been to Tavern 180, you're missing out. Try any of their steak options paired with one of their well-known martinis, and this will soon become your favorite date night spot. Call your friends for a casual get-together where steak, shrimp, chicken, and tasty cocktails await your arrival. Tavern 180, located next door to Tanner's at 30th and Yankee Hill.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Grain. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. The Drive is proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hahn and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yes, back. Real quick on YouTube.
Sleeves or a no sleeves guy in when you played?
I was both. Like I appeased my head coach. See, I'm a team player. Mike Sherman, like the whole, remember I came from Green Bay, the whole fumbling thing was an issue and it was in his head too. And so he's like, Ahman, like I put some sleeves on. Dorsey had me borrow some sleeves of his one day because it was a rain game. And I just put them on for that reason. And I never wore sleeves at Nebraska and never wore them at Seattle. Then when I got there, because of the weather change, I was like, let me just put them on for this game. And then obviously it helped out a little bit, right? And then from then on, Mike Sherman was like, no. You got to always have the sleeves on them on. It went into a point where Red Batty, our head equipment manager, he had made special sleeves like that I could pull down just on my forearms instead of up on past my elbows. Because usually when you put on the sleeve, it went past your elbow so it could, protect your elbow. But it was like I had them like almost like a gauntlet that was like on my forearm. So it felt probably a little dope because it felt like Batman. It's like my costume. I was like, you know how I love that part of me. But at the end of the day, it was like I'm appeasing my coach because if I didn't have them on, he was like, Ahman, where the sleeves at? Ahman. I'm like, all right. So I didn't want him in my face having a panic attack in warm up. So I did that for those years because. And it was sometimes I didn't have them on because it was just wasn't a wet game out there. So it was either have them on or not have them on, to the players. I say to the players' feeling of the game. So that's how it goes. But real quick, I want to say on YouTube chat, it says who is all conference. It was nobody was talking. It was when Matt Rule mentioned Ty Robinson and his game effort, just like he would potentially beat all Big Ten and all that. Yeah. Not saying Matt he was Rule. All conference. Yeah.
Matt Rule thinks that Ty Robinson should be an all-conference player, and I
exactly. So we're not saying he was already.
Yeah,
it will be interesting. I don't know if he'll be
a first-team all-conference guy, but he'll be first, or he'll be all-conference, I believe.
Yeah. So that was to Vince Watson in the YouTube chat there.
Are you going to say,
Raff? Interesting to see what we do for all Big Ten teams from the AP and the coaches. We're
definitely going to have defensive players there for sure. We're going to have some D play, guys on defense. That defense is stepped up a lot this year.
Definitely. We'll see. I don't know if they'll have any first teamers. Honestly, I don't know if Nebraska doesn't have any first teamers, but they should have
at least
some guys on defense on second team, and Ty Robinson probably leading the way on that side of the ball, at least for Nebraska.
Yeah, at least one guy on defense because that defense is doing some things. So,
so I gotta ask you guys. I don't know if you guys talked about it yesterday, or if we talked about it yesterday. I don't think we did. The guys getting subbed out for the mistakes, or things that were just happening in the game. So Thomas Fedoni, Matt Rule was asked about Thomas Fedoni, and just he said that Daniel Holgerson just saw something with the other guys and ran with them. Fedoni only got 2 snaps in the last game. He came out after his false start penalty. Didn't see the field after that, and then Malcolm Hartzog in the second half of the game got subbed out. I believe it was after he gave up a couple of catches. Bly Hill came into the game. He was the one that forced that fumble before the first half ended also. But you see Bly Hill in the game. You've got guys getting subbed out and other guys getting put in. And is that something that came along with is that something that Dana Holgerson may have brought along with him? Like, look, guys, we have all these people on the bench. Why don't we go to them if somebody messes up? Like you talk about on the offensive side, if you fumble the ball, you're getting pulled out of the game. You're not going to play anymore. We saw that, in 2 games already with oh my gosh, why am I spacing on his name right now? The starting running back.
Oh, Dowdell.
With Dante Dowdell.
Yeah, with Emmett going in. Correct.
Yeah, he's fumbled and he's been pulled out of the game.
Dante.
Janarian Bonner fumbles during the game. He gets very limited snaps for the rest of the game. On the defensive side, you hadn't really seen that. You hadn't really seen guys making mistakes and getting pulled out of the game, but in this last one you did. Is that something that you think Dana brought along with him? Like when he came in and started being more blunt with not only the players, but probably the coaches, that they thought, you know what, maybe we should hold everyone accountable. And if you do mess up, you're going to get pulled for maybe a series, 2 series, what have you.
Possibly, if we're looking at a guy coming in with new eyes on everything, like Dana is, that'll be something. I mean, that'll be the first thing I pulled out. I was like, because at the NFL, at any level, when you make a mistake, you jump off sides, you come out of play, and you got to learn from it. Now it's up to the coach when you get put back in. That's the part where the discipline is a learning lesson, basically. So that you being a false start, fumbling the ball, letting receivers catch the ball on you in a situation that you shouldn't as a DB in terms of hard dog. So it then gives you mental experience. You're like, okay, I wasn't up to standard, and if I mess up, I'm gonna be sitting here on the sidelines again. So don't want to do that. So I make sure to play my technique, wrap up, tackle, whatever, catch the ball, kick the ball, so I don't be sitting on the sideline. So it sends a message to everybody, because I know Mike McCarthy, his first couple of years, he was doing that. Like, you could be the starter, and if you fumble, you're out. And you got like 5 or 6 plays, or maybe a whole quarter, you're sitting on the sideline. So it sends a message. It sends a clear message to everybody. And maybe it is Dana, collaborating with the coaches on and say, hey, we got to hold it to this standard if we want to go to that next level, to let all players know. And then at the same time, like you mentioned, it gives players that been sitting on the bench some reps out there, because obviously everybody has to be ready to go at any key point of an injury or anything like that. So especially at that time, now you're getting young players on the field in some action.
And at the end of the day, too, I go back to do it again. I talked about it the last segment. Like, we're just barely above a 500 football team. So there's no one really out there that's above measure. If we were like sitting at 10-1, 11-0, and you had some history there, and you were, an all conference player, all American player, and maybe you have a penalty like that, you don't take that player out. But right now, I'm looking at Nebraska we're trying to get up to those levels, and you have to draw a hard line in the sand. And there's nobody out there right now. If you're turning the ball over, if you're, false starting and stuff like that, you've got to be direct and be like, all right, you're letting your football team down. So you can take 2 avenues there. You work harder in practice, you work harder the next week, so when you're put in that situation again, it does not happen. Or you put your tail between your legs and you're like, oh, well, this might not be the place for me. I mean, it's two ways that you look at it here. And I've always said with Nebraska, until they want to get back up into that top echelon in college football, you've got to be willing to work the hardest, be coached the hardest, everything. College football has gone to kind of a weird way with your NIL. You're trying to make sure that your players are happy all the time, because you don't want them to transfer out. But I'll tell you what, at these top schools like the Georgias, the Oregons, and stuff like that, they're being coached super, super hard. And if that's not what the player wants, then they transfer out, they go to the portal, and so be it. But sooner or later, you've always got to draw that line and be like, hey, if we're going to be the best, we've got to coach hard. It can't be like, well, it's false start there, but we'll leave them in the game so it can happen again. You've got to hold yourself to the highest level if you're going to be the best.
A little bit of kind of breaking news. North Carolina has made a move.
Yep, saw
Mack
that.
Brown will not be returning as the head coach for the North Carolina Tar Heels, effective immediately. So they have 1 game left in the season. Mack Brown holding up 1 game left in the season, and Mack Brown will not be coaching and will not be the head coach for the Tar Heels next season.
Did you guys see that Shaq Barrett reapplied for reinstatement to the NFL today also? So it looks like the Dolphins will be getting their rush end back here pretty soon.
Yeah, rush end linebacker. Okay.
Potentially. So Mack Brown, in his second stint with North Carolina, his first stint as the head coach of North Carolina, came from 1988 to 1997, which then he went to Texas, took a few years off after 2013, returned back to North Carolina in 2019, and has had some success with the Tar Heels, but this year especially not the greatest for Mac Brown. So the Tar Heels have decided. He did say that he was I believe what he said earlier was he would do what was in the best interest of North Carolina, but he did want to return in 2025. The Tar Heels saw it a different way, so they have fired Mac Brown with one game remaining in their season in the ACC.
Hey, well, at least the end of the season, not mid-season. That's all I'll say about that. That's it.
No 1 second jokes, nothing.
Nah, you know I'm not. Rico, you know me. I'm not that clever.
I know.
I'm not that clever.
Nothing, Raff?
I have nothing about that. I no longer comment about that.
No. Okay. Let's get a little bit more on some Matt Rule quotes from yesterday and his talk about Dana Holgorsen. Has Holgorsen cut things down, or how is the offense moving with Holgorsen at the helm? Here's what Matt Rule had to say.
Just not a play. Kind of like I said when I first got here, like he came in and said, "Hey, let's just scale back in terms of the amount that we're doing. We're still doing a lot, still doing a lot." And like I said, there's a couple times in that game where he was trying to find the words because he's had one language for I don't know 30 years, and now all of a sudden he has a completely different language. And so, Coach Glenn and Garrett and Sat did a great job of. He sometimes help him with the words in the middle of the game, but he has a picture of what he wants it to look like, and it's interesting for me. It's my first time being around there. It's very collaborative. Like they sit in the room together for hours upon hours upon hours, and put together a game plan together. So it's been really cool for me. I'm always trying to learn. It's good for me to learn from.
Earlier in the game, there were a couple of questionable timeouts taken by Nebraska. I know that. On X at least, and myself, we're questioning why these timeouts were being taken in certain situations. You had one early in the first quarter. You had the second one taken at some point during the first quarter as well. So you only had one timeout for the entire second quarter. Obviously, didn't come back to bite them in the butt. But at times like that, it was very questionable about why Matt Rule was taking these timeouts. And you hear him and Dana Holgorsen just kind of fumbling over his words a little bit, trying to get the plays in because he's used to calling certain plays with the certain verbiage that he uses, and he has to step into this situation and use a different kind of verbiage. So he's stumbling over his words, and they can't get plays in on time. That's why they're calling these timeouts. So it makes sense, but at the same time, for him to be stumbling over his words and for the offense to look as well as it did, I mean, this is a pretty good second game, right?
Yes, looking real good. If that's the case, And I talk about that a lot, where you come in, you may run the same similar offense, but obviously different verbiage out there, speaking another language. So getting that corrected, obviously he had to hold up, let me call a timeout. You say, so that's smart on him to not try to, force through it. So let me call a timeout. Let's slow this down. And I like the fact that, he said, let's back it off a little bit. Because again, all about playing loose and having fun. When you throwing a whole bunch of plays at young players and college players in general, they're young anyway, either if they're seniors or freshmen. But to able to then digest them and process them, when you do a little bit at a time, that it comes in faster. Because when you start trying to shove things down there, as you know, the conveyor belt is going to get backlogged because they're like, oh man, I just learned that, and now you want me to do this? Like, oh man, so bring it back and just give them 1-2 little bites, because like I said, it's late in the season now. There's a lot of stuff that's been installed, and sometimes going back to basics. And not even going back to basics, but just slowing it down, because then Dana can catch up to the players, and the players can get on his level when he's saying, hey, this is how we're going to run certain routes, how we're going to run this concept against this defense if they show up in it. And then, boom, things look, a little bit more fluid. And that's where the corrections and the detailed questions or detailed corrections come in to then put up 44 points in a game. Because then it's not a lot of forcing, and now it says more plays that meshing together because of everybody understanding it and having the fluidity there on the football field.
Also, too, I was going to ask, I was traveling yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to listen to the entire press conference. Was there any questions asked about what the contractual status of Dana Holgorsen is after November? Have they signed him to December or January yet, or do we know what's happening there?
Nobody asked that question, so we did not get an answer on that. Maybe that question will be asked I'm not sure tomorrow, maybe, because I was going to say Thursday, but I don't think they'll have a presser on Thursday.
No.
So maybe they'll have his presser tomorrow, because today will be Tony White and Dana Holgerson. We'll see.
Let's save it to next week for then when they're getting ready for a bowl game.
We'll wait on that one. It'll be fine.
They go on their Snoop Dogg Bowl. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
You want them to go to the Snoop Dogg Bowl.
I want to go. I want to go to AZ to
You'll be
see
down
him in
there.
the Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg Bowl.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
it.
AG down to the Snoop Dogg Bowl for Nebraska. We're gonna take a break.
Chris walking down that thing.
There he is.
Stop it. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we've got the RGT.
Snoop Dogg Bowl.
We've got
Dogg Bowl.
Ahman saying some stuff as well before we send it out to Memorial Stadium for Nick Sainer and I believe Chancellor Brewington calling the Norfolk Catholic and Bishop Newman game, Class C2 state championship. But we'll be right back on The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best MMA fighters on Saturday, December 7th with Violence Fight League 2 at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Fights are scheduled throughout the night, and if you haven't been before, now is the perfect time to go, with Nebraska football in between the regular season and a bowl game. Doors open at 6 p.m. with the first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the fighters and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. Hurry.
This deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, the Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited. All built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of November. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80.
Celebrate the night before Thanksgiving with the Lincoln Stars on Wednesday, November 27th as the Tri-City Storm come to town. Bring your family members and friends with you to the Icebox for the 7:05 p.m. game and enjoy drink specials all night before you cut the turkey the next day. You can purchase a Blackout Wednesday package now to get 4 tickets and 2 drink vouchers for $75 plus tax. Get your tickets now for Wednesday, November 27th at LincolnStars.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Bryant at 402-467-1111 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-1111.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive on 93.7 The Ticket. About getting close to that time to send it out to Mr. Nick Sainert, calling that Norfolk Catholic game. They're going for their 13th state championship today. The Knights of Norfolk Catholic. They are a football powerhouse. Coach Jeff Beller, a machine.
Awesome. That is a decent amount of state championships.
Yes.
Just decent. It's not great. It's not good. Just that's a decent amount of state championships. Great job. Great job for Norfolk Catholic.
Power
That's
football. That's what they do. Power football.
Hey, that's what you could do. That's
Like
what you gotta do.
Football, right? You run the ball, play defense, play special teams.
Gotta do it. Make it all facets of the game.
It's some
All
solid. It's some solid football that some people, Bach, really like. Me, I want to see points. I want to see that Dana Holgerson offense in the spring, in the summer, and in the early fall months, early fall games, when you get some nice weather, slight breeze. I want to see. I mean, you got 44 points in this last one. You only had 1 passing touchdown. I'm not mad at the 44 points or the 1 passing touchdown, but I want to see 4 passing touchdowns. That's what your boy wants. And I understand the whole, passing won't work in the Big Ten and you have to run the ball. Yeah, I understand that. But also, I don't care.
Okay, Rico.
I don't. Pass the ball.
I
win the
don't
game.
care.
As long as you win the game.
You talking about Nebraska game?
Yeah, Nebraska. Throw the ball all over the yard. Please and
Throw the
thank
ball.
all over. I want to see Ja'Cory Barney with 200 receiving yards.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Get your boy out there, active.
That's why Dana's coaching and Matt's
It's
coaching.
100, and that's why he's coaching. That's why I play NCAA football, and Nebraska's won back-to-back national titles.
In the game already? Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Back-to-back Heisman winners.
Oh man, goodness.
How we do it, baby. That's how we do it.
But back to reality, weather permitting might dictate the way the game goes. So We'll see.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, boys. Let's get it going. Let's close this out so we can send it out to Memorial Stadium with Nick Sainert and Chancellor Brewington for some Class C2 action.
Well, first off, I got a Raff's good take today, going out to two people. It's their birthdays today. Sonia Fries at Hillcrest Country Club. Amazing, super cool person. Always a pleasure seeing her. And then to the birthday boy, Adrian Raff, just a staple of the fabric of Lincoln, Nebraska, one of the coolest dudes. Big New York Mets fan, huge Denver Broncos fan. Go Broncos. So Ralph's good take. Sonia and Adrian, hope you guys have amazing birthdays.
AG, final words? He muted his own mic.
Oh, yeah, the dog was barking.
No, the dog was barking. The dog was barking. But no, keep it simple. Hey, play with confidence again. Go out there. In terms of the team, go out there and get another win.
Hey, AG, are your dogs Raff's roadies?
No, they are not.
How do they qualify as a Raff roadie? I just need to know.
They're loud and they're barking and they're excited. I mean, that right there says Raff's roadie.
I would say, yeah. They do that. They get excited when people knock at the door.
I've added 2 more roadies.
And it's funny, people, the mailman, the UPS guy, the FedEx guy, they drop the package and they run like 10 feet away from the door. When the door opens up, they're like, I'm out. I'm like, bro, they bark. Their bark is loud. I'll say that much.
There we go.
All right, I wanted to issue some congratulations to the teams that have won state championships already. Shout out to Stewart in D6 for winning the championship over Sumner, Eddyville, Miller. Shout out to Central Valley for winning over Riverside 2. Sandy Creek over Stanton in D1. And last night's great game, Millard South winning over Omaha Westside in Class A. We've got North Catholic and Bishop Newman here after this. Wahoo and Central City in Class C1 at 2:45. And Bennington and Scott, the final game of the football season for high school football in Nebraska. Class B state championship at 7:15, all at Memorial Stadium. You'll have Nick Sainert on the call for all of those. Chancellor Brewington with him in this one. Jay Foreman joining him for the final 2. This has been The Drive. Gentlemen,
be nice to each other.
A fantastic rest of the day.
All right, peace out.
Celebrate the night before Thanksgiving with the Lincoln Stars on Wednesday, November 27th as the Tri-City Storm come to town. Bring your family members and friends with you to the ice